Surviving 2025, a practical guide. Hey, this is Jeff at Below Average, where on this channel we usually try to find small, minute savings of money so you can turn around and invest that for your retirement, for your future, for your family's future, without having to work any more hours, trying to do everything you can before you start making any other decisions beyond that. This is going to be a little different. This could be a tough year for a lot of people, as if you watch the news, you see what's going on. But let's break a little of this down to try to ease some of your concerns, some of your questions. You're not the first group of people to ever go through this. I've been through it many times in my lifetime, lost jobs, major pay cuts, the finding of the no overtime, working multiple jobs, all those kind of things. As of right now, I'm working a second job. Here we go again, right? So hey, let's get into this. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Tons of people are going through these anxiety issues and everything going on. Let's see what we can do about helping out everybody. If you happen to be one of the lucky ones that are seem to be going through this pretty smoothly, let's give some help to people down below in the comments. So here, I got a list of stuff I'm going to keep looking at on occasion. So we'll start. Let's do a little reality check first, right? Welcome to 2025. Feels like the perfect storm. We have years upon years of high inflation, grocery prices going through the roof, your bills are going up. All this is coming together, along with now what you're seeing are a lot of job losses. Companies are whacking out part of their departments that are producing, are making no money. They're taking a hit financially because we have taken a hit. We have taken the beating, and now that is showing up in a lot of different companies, a lot of different areas. AI is coming into an account for an awful lot of scenarios too. Companies thinking AI is going to save them money, put more money in their pocket, and then get rid of people. We'll see. I'm sure it will be for most, but not for all. But let's keep going. And also I'll throw in the recent stock market scenario can make you definitely uneased if you are just into retirement. Maybe you never didn't have a lot of money in retirement. You're close to retirement. All of those scenarios right there are going to make you pretty anxious on it. I'm quite a few years away yet for myself, at least my thoughts. So I'm kind of just rolling with it. What do you do, right? You roll with it. This is all part of it. Been through this many times too. But I do understand that if you are like months or within a year of retiring, how you can be nervous, or you just retired. Tons of people retired in the last 3, 4, 5 months. Tons of them. And they are probably a little bit more in the panic mode. Hopefully they haven't thought that they're going to ride their retirement with all their money in the stock market, because that's not a good thing. Not a good thing. Don't be doing something like that. But let's get back on track here. So, not all gloom and doom. It's not all gloom and doom. We're all going to still be alive tomorrow. We're all going to have friends and family. We got everything still going for us. Let's just have to navigate through this stuff. Very little you're going to be able to control, but what you can control, you better end up doing it. So let's get, we're going to break down a bunch of key issues. So let's go understanding the landscape, the scenario, what's happening across the board. Obviously, the economy is still trying to do some recovery after the pandemic. After all of us got this money we thought was free, at least some people thought it was free. I never did. We're all paying the price for that now, along with some, basically some stupid mistakes made by some individuals in the past handful of years that have helped drive up the prices, along with everything that's happening right now. Ukraine war is obviously part of it. All this stuff's all coming to a head after years and years, and it's making it pretty difficult. Making it pretty difficult, folks. I shouldn't even say pretty difficult. It has been a killer for the average person. The average person has been decimated. Once again, we're the ones that take the hit, and we can't take that kind of hit. But we got to bounce back. We got to stay strong and make the changes that we can and go from there. So let's look at, obviously, inflation. been crazy for years now. It just didn't happen. This has been crazy for 4 years. You can go back 4 years ago and look at a few certain things that have happened, and you can see the immediate increase on everything starting across the board then, and it's just compounding every month. Just like your 401k you want to compound, this inflation's compounding on us. But, so we got to make changes. Got to rethink what you're doing, how you're spending some money, to help out. Help yourself. Got to help yourself here. So obviously we're losing ground. Gas, fuel, bills, taxes, all that kind of stuff is all obviously all going up. Different ways. Look at my past videos. I got all kinds of scenarios on different ways to save money on this, that we're just highlighting a bunch of things to make you aware of what's going on. And you can start looking into things you can do. Right? This is affecting everybody. Unless you got a lot of money, you don't care. But this, remember, below average, this is what we're talking about. This is probably 80, 90%, 80, 85% or whatever it is of the people in the United States and across the world are getting hit like this. We're all the people that I consider below average. Here we go. So, got to build some kind of resilient foundation to what you have. If you are lucky and you're still working, that's great. If you're working no overtime, or you are working some overtime, you need to diversify how you're making some money. So what is that? A part-time job to go along with it. If you are even thinking, I'm fine, this is no big deal, you probably ought to look and see if you can find something part-time. Tons of different scenarios of part-time. I'll get into a few others here in a couple minutes to give you throw some things out to you to, so you can end up thinking a little bit more into that realm. But you need to be looking at a part-time job, a secondary job, to help offset anything that's going to happen, even if you don't need it now, because you're thinking, I'm not going to lose my job, I'm doing okay, I'm hanging right there. You end up needing to do it because you got debt. I know you got debt. You got it. You better pay it down. Little part-time job. This gives you plenty of time to look for something that can work around possibly your schedule. A little one. I don't care. It might be 5 hours a week. You put that money towards paying down things, it's going to make a big difference. Big difference. And you're not going to, at this point, you're not going to miss that. You're going to need it. Okay, earning extra money, just like I talked about, part-time. Bunch of scenarios are there. Stop spending your money. I got videos on no fast food in 2025 and no buying new in 2025. Folks, that is a must right now. When I did those videos, things weren't near quite where they're at like they are now. Stock market didn't do the big crash. Jobs weren't as many as lost. Those are more prevalent now than they were a couple months ago when I did them. Look at my video. No fast food in 2025. I break down some of the crazy money that people spend per week and how you could take that difference, invest it, and how it could add thousands of dollars to your retirement by not going through crazy fast food places. And no buying new, this crap that you think because you got some money, you're just going to go spend it. Stop it. Not this year. Make the change. Make it now for your future, for your family. Pretty simple. Create a budget. I talk about this in a lot of my videos. You got to create a budget. You got to see line by line where your money's going so you can end up seeing where it goes. You'll be shocked. You'll find some things that you will not understand or believe that it actually costs that much. Your dollar here, dollar there, 5, 10 here. It's going to all add up and you can end up seeing, maybe I can not do that. Maybe I can cut that in half. Maybe I can do this, do that. And you can see the changes. Eventually, I've been talking about, I'm going to show you my budget and where my progression has had from the start to months and months later. And you can see at least some changes that my wife and I were trying to do based off what we were writing down so we know what was going on. Navigating through this cost of living crisis. A couple really odd things I can throw on out. Part-time job stuff's coming up. But this one is a little bit different. If you're a renter, which I don't believe people should be really renting, but if you are a renter and you have an extra room and you can find somebody that you can trust and you can have them move on in to help share your rent. You might not have had to do it before. You might not have liked it. You might not even necessarily need it now, but this is this could be like a part-time job where you're not doing anything besides allowing somebody else to pay part of your rent by staying with you. Even if you say, hey, I'll help you out for 90 days, 6 months until you find your own place. That's it. And charge them. It'll help get you by, save that money, pay some debt off. Same thing if you're own a house and somehow you have an extra room. You might even be close to a college campus. I knew of one individual's family that ended up doing this, that they would end up venting out and finding a somebody that they would be willing to let stay with them because they went down to the local college and they had their own vehicle, and it would save them money by not living off campus some other place or living on campus, still save them a ton of money, plus give them a little bit of back to home life. And they would actually make a little bit of money, and they would end up using that to help. They have to use that to help fund their retirement. It worked out great. Did it for years. So these are little things. Those are pretty minute. Not very many people are going to fall into that, but these are just a couple other oddball ideas just thrown out to you. Somebody might be like, interesting, And if you have lost your job, or you're somebody who worked a lot of overtime that's got cut and you're having troubles paying bills and everything else, find a local food bank. A lot of the churches you call around, they'll be able to help you and navigate you to places and tell you exactly when and where you might be able to go get some a little bit of free food. Now, I know this is pretty tough for people, but I tell you what, years ago, 10 years ago, whatever, it was going on forever. You go on the news, they showed lines of people. Some of these people had vehicles that they cost 4 times the amount of vehicles that my wife and I had. And those people are going through lines because they lost their job. They're still in between trying to find something. They're just trying to get by with their families. If you have to do that, there's no problem in that. That's why these churches and that's why people give towards these things. These are at least feeling like they're helping the direct community for which their family or friends live in. So if you have to, that can make a difference. Even if you just do it once a month for a couple months, twice, whatever it is, they're there. Look out, search for them just to see, if it can happen. And if they help you and later on, things change in your life, things get a little bit more normal, you might be able to give money back to that food bank that helped you out when in need. So the next individuals that go through there that have are having the same type of issue, they will have some food for them. So it's a possibility. And obviously, when you're doing that, back to my no fast food in 2025, you start cooking at home, you start clipping the coupons, you start looking for the deals, you start seeing if your local grocery store, wherever you go, do they happen to have some kind of reward system that you've blown off like I did for years, and just sign up and do it and only buy the stuff that you normally buy or have to buy for food at home. Save up where I'm at is point systems. You save that up. I've been averaging at least normally $20 a month off free for other groceries just based off what I bought because I'm buying through them. Stuff I used to blow off all the time. And every once in a while we'll hit a month where it's $30, $40. Just depends on what they're, on what the offer is at the time. So it's a must. You should do that no matter what, even if you're doing good. They offer it. Take advantage of it. Do it. Just make sure you only buy what you normally would anyways. Don't go out of your way to try to get points because that's not worth it then. Buy your normal stuff. Investing. Here's one now. Investing in your future. Here's where I'm talking about side hustles. So all the side hustles you've heard about and seen, you've probably been in the back of an Uber or use DoorDash or any of those type of things, the one that you can go buy groceries with. Now you might be looking at, maybe I should try to do that along with my job, because you should be looking at possibly making some extra money if you can. Those things are simple to do. You can go online to find them. You can see how you download it on your phone. You'll have to learn how to navigate through that. I'm assuming most people will be able to figure it out. If not, ask somebody for help. That is a avenue besides going to get a regular part-time job if you don't want to do that, because you don't want to be stuck down to certain times or certain days or the week. So maybe those other avenues would be something to do. I know a ton of people who have done them. I know people who don't do them anymore. They did them for a short time, but look into doing it. A lot of those you get paid by the end of the day. So if you're hurting for money, you got laid off, you're waiting for unemployment, or unemployment obviously isn't going to cover your bills, and of course you can't do that when you're on unemployment. Don't be doing that. Don't be taking on those types of jobs at all. So you're working a job. Let's get back to that. You're working a job. This is extra income you're looking to do. You get paid that day or that evening. You could use that money to go buy groceries if you have to. So you can see an immediate impact on what you just did. So some scenarios. Another one, and a good one, I think, is taking stuff around your house, putting them up on eBay. Create an account. Simple as all get out. They'll walk you right through it. No big deal. You can everybody can do it, and start selling the stuff around your house. Even if you only sell and make $50 a month off the stuff you have, and you can do that that's like a small, very small part-time job. You're getting rid of stuff to people who want it, and you're getting rid of crap in your house, putting some money in your pocket, and be good to go. You can do it all right out of the house. So if you're a busy person, you can still end up attempting to do it. You don't have to sell a lot. You can do some. And another big one with the weather changing right now, everybody should be thinking, I'm going to have a garage sale this year. If you've never had one, perfect. If it's been a while, like my wife and I, it's been a long time, we're thinking about it. This is the way you can go out and possibly maybe make $200-300 just for the one day, for a morning to an afternoon. Get rid of some stuff. Use that to pay bills. If you are hurting, if you have been laid off, you should definitely be doing this. That's a very simple thing to do. It'll help you get by for that week, maybe that month. That might pay a certain bill. Then you got 30 days to figure out when you get another job, everything else. Things you need to be thinking about and trying to do now. Even if you're not laid off yet, you definitely should be doing that. You definitely should end up taking and getting rid of stuff in a garage sale just for the extra money. So, budget. I've talked about it already here a few minutes ago. Budget again. So you know your spending habits. You can make changes there. That to me is also like like a part-time job, because if you go through your stuff and you can figure out easily how you can maybe cut and save $100 or $50 a month, or make some changes in your food habits, like no fast food in 2025, stuff like that. All of a sudden you might be able to save $100 a month. It's like going out and working a part-time job. Now you haven't did any extra work. Work smarter, not harder. That's the first thing you do first. New skills, also I would say in there, if you're a individual that has some kind of skills from your job and you can make upgrades by doing any more computer type stuff, go ahead. It's not going to hurt. It's going to add to anything you have, even if it makes you more confident on your job or upcoming jobs or anything else you need to tackle. A lot of these new skills, I would say I would throw those into still a part-time job, or one of those Ubers or something like that. I would still throw that in a skill bracket. You're having to do it, right? Not everybody's doing it. Not everybody can do it. That's a skill. Additional strategies. That's how I'm trying to look at for a bright future. So the doom and gloom, is not there, that you can end up looking in the future to say, when you navigate through this scenario, how you can end up coming out at feeling at least your survival, and you maybe arrive on top better in the end. So simple things by doing it yourself. You got YouTube, you got friends and family. If you got little things you need to fix around the house and you used to always call somebody in, stop doing that. Look at doing it yourself, save that money. And or if you cannot still do it, don't call the local place down the road. It's going to charge you $100, $200 an hour. That is ridiculous. Look for somebody part-time, or that does this on the side, that has those skills, that are looking to put money in their pocket or help their own family. And they might pop on in and help you out for $30, $40, $50 an hour. Huge savings. And end up taking care of some of the stuff. That's perfect. Don't call anybody. There's always somebody out there. You got Facebook, you got Craigslist, you got Ask Friends, Family, church, people from church. It might be somebody who is not even looking to make any extra money that might say, I know how to do that, and come over and help you. And they might not even charge you. Still throw them some money, because you'll probably be calling them back, right? That's back to the family, friends, co-workers. Hit them all up if you have to. Some of these people are always be willing to help. Some need to make a few extra bucks. And there's people that got skills that you don't have, and or try to figure it out yourself, are both together. Great scenario. And by doing that, I look at that as you are adapting to something new, to something that you're overcome. And these times and troubles, folks, don't think because you have a job that your place is oh, this is perfect. We're working overtime. Everything's great, because the overtime could stop in an instant. I've seen it. I've been through it. I've seen devastation from people who need the overtime, and we all need extra money. If you're below average, you need it. This is just how it is. But don't think it's there forever. Your company might be doing fine, but they might have a knee-jerk reaction to what other companies are doing, and they might be some people sitting at the top in that big office with a bunch of other salary people around trying to figure out who on the bottom that we can get rid of so they can save their own butts. And by doing that, it might be the knee-jerk reaction that they might just look at, hey, we need to cut a few jobs. And a few jobs might say, hey, we just saved $100,000, $200,000. And that's where you can be on the chopping block just because of a knee-jerk reaction by some of these people. Especially if there is a possibility of a small layoff, these people will initially target you first before themselves. It's just how it is. They're the ones that are making those decisions. They're the ones that's what it's going to happen. So be prepared, be confident, and hey, you're not the only ones who went through this. Look at my last video too, where I talk a lot about how to deal with the anxiety and issues from loss of job and everything else. Like I said, this is common, this is normal, and it stinks, and it's just life, right? So hey, please like, subscribe, comment down below. People are needing to hear your comments. They're needing to see it and read it so they have something to base everything on, to see that other people are gone through this stuff in the past, present, and future. I guarantee it's how it is. So hey, have a great day. Hope this on a Friday will make your Friday and get through the weekend. We'll talk to you later. Thank you. Bye.